Hello. I'm in the kitchen and I'm so excited to share. I got this magazine at Mart, and in it was this very well thought out. It has cast iron skillet, it has the sauce, it has the dough, and it has, after you have the dough, to put this whole pizza together. So I, in my creative idea, had one of these left, and then I also used a partial, because it calls for 3.5 cups of bread flour and 1 cup of whole wheat flour. I used a whole packet. This ended up being 3 cups, and then 1.5 cups of a pizza crust actual mix from Bob's Red Mill. And each package comes with this yeast. And so I had 2 yeast packets because it called for 5 teaspoons of yeast. And I just had to add a teaspoon of my own yeast in the freezer. But I'm so excited, I got to show you guys this. I came up with the idea to use my bread maker, and it had a setting for pizza dough. Do you see that? Number 11. And I just put in select number 11, started it with the flour, the yeast. I made a well in the middle of it, of the pan, and put the yeast and the honey, because this called for honey. And then I threw in a tablespoon, because I was looking at other mixtures, dough mixtures, and I put in buttermilk. I had a tablespoon of buttermilk powder in my freezer. And so it made a very big batch. I was supposed to cut it up after it was kneading and rised for 10 minutes. I used 1/4 of this batch, and I'm going to put that in the freezer and put it all in a greased cast iron skillet, and then mixed up my sauce. I did a small can of tomato paste with salsa, because I'm making a Mexican pizza. So I'm at the point where I was going to share with you the sauce on here. I'm going to spread it out. So it's got salsa and tomato paste with pesto, and then I added a little sprig of garlic, and I put in some coconut aminos because it called for Worcestershire sauce. So I kind of, if you know me at all, I am creative with any recipe. I do what sounds good, and it seems to turn out. And then I have some refried beans. I'm gonna do a base of refried beans. And pat that down. See. And I'm using my tripod from my son for a Mother's Day gift. This is my first video with it, so it's super exciting. All right, so I got the sauce figured out. And as you can see, these are what I'm going to put on for toppings. I've got cucumber, onion, shallot, sliced shallot, corn, and Morningstar crumbles because we're vegetarian. And I've got a mixture of pepper jack, Monterey Jack cheese. All right, so we're gonna do the meat. Do some meat crumbles. These are very tasty. Plant-based. Kind of like a taco meat. It has a little zing to it. Okay. And I'm gonna do some cheese. And there's a little pepper jack, so there's some jalapeno in this cheese. I preheated the oven to 425, so it'll be nice and warm. And I just get to put the whole thing in. I'm gonna put the cucumbers on at the end. I wanted some greens. I also had a zucchini in the fridge, could have done that. But the cucumber sounded good. I'll do that raw at the end. See the rings? Got some more. Depends on how much onion you like. And then I was going to sprinkle on some corn. Bon appetit. I'm so excited. Here's the picture. And I have a remote control. Thanks for joining me.